Hello, everyone. This is Meet the Speaker for the Sustainable Notary Conference, and I am super excited. I have some amazing speakers every Thursday. So we're back and we talk every Thursday up into the conference as a countdown to get you more exposed of who's going to be on our panel list. Who are we speaking to and why are they so important for the sustainable ability of running an entrepreneurship business, especially in our small niche as a notary. So it's a pleasure to bring on Mr. Wilson, who is an expert in his field. And one of the things we share is financial literacy. April is all about financial literacy. It's all about how can we get ahead as an entrepreneur, as a single mother, as a single father, as a family. How do generational wealth and financial behavior can really set us apart, right? Why does some notaries are able to come into this industry and thrive and the others are missing out? We don't want no notary left behind. So I brought in an expert, a professional that can really talk to us about why it matters to get our front office in order, to make sure we have the mindset of our financials, and how can we start putting actionable steps in order, right? So that's what we know, how to make the money, right? But we want to make sure we keep the money and we leverage, right, the wealth of the money. So tell us a little bit about you.
Absolutely. Yeah. My name is Everett Wilson. I've been in the financial industry for the past 5 years now, and it has been an amazing experience. I really got started because I had a background in aerospace. I was working basically day to day, 9 to 5. And I realized there was more to life than just going to work, collecting a paycheck. So I said, okay, what do I need to do? What can I do that can allow me to boost my income and really live the life I'm supposed to live, right? And so I actually started doing Postmates. I was like, okay, this is great, extra income and everything. And then I got introduced to my current company where they taught me all about financial literacy, how to make and save money, how to really grow your money long term. And when I got started, right, long story short, first check I made was more than the entire year I made with Postmates. So I said, forget this, let me go ahead and do this full time. So I've been in there, learned the industry, right? Also was able to get my MBA from Pepperdine. And they really taught me a lot of good tools, but they didn't tell us all about personal wealth and finance, how to actually grow our own wealth. It was all about growing the company's money, growing the company's wealth, right? So I got with this company and said, okay, great. We're going to teach you how to basically start from scratch, where you're at, get you from point A to point B, where you need to be. And they taught me all the tools and the tricks of the trade, basically learned Wall Street from the inside, right? And then they actually told me, this is what you need to do, how to do it, how to grow a business, how to run a business, how to grow your clientele, how to really just build it and run with it, right? Through their leadership and mentorship. And it's been an amazing experience. I made some good strides too, paid off my credit card, so I'm credit card debt free, paid off my car, so I don't have a car note anymore. And there's just plenty more to come. I've been networking with many great people. They're going to teach me all about, real estate, crypto, all the good stuff that, you need to actually get ahead in life, where you actually need to place your money. They taught me all that stuff. And so I'm here teaching people that, yes, there is more than one way than just save your money than just the bank where you actually get no returns, right? So we teach people how to actually save in the right places, where to put their money, and what it's going to do for you long term, right? Because I've sat with countless number of clients who, by the time they get to retirement age, they don't actually have what they're supposed to, even though they work this long career, right? The average person who's ready to retire at 65 has less than $100,000 in their actual retirement accounts.
Okay, back up. We're talking.
It goes on and on and on and on and on.
Okay. Let's focus. So you brought something that was so important. And it was the first time I ever heard of it. That's why I was like, let me put this in the chat. Learn Wall Street inside your notary business. What is that concept? Like, that's what you just said. What is that?
Absolutely. So
what
our
is
whole
Wall Street?
our whole mission is to bring oh, I got someone at the door. Our whole mission is to bring Wall Street to Main Street and really leave no family left behind and make sure that everybody is educated on all different financial topics so they can make an informed decision moving forward. So Wall Street, obviously, that's the stock market. That's everybody who's making these decisions for companies up in those big wig chairs, right? But most people don't know how it works. They don't talk to people on a regular basis to figure out, hey, how does my money actually work if I say invest in a company? Well, what we teach people how to do is just that. When you put your money with, and it's where it's supposed to be, it's going to grow long term. And we teach you the patience and the know-how to actually navigate where every ups and downs of the market, right? To make sure that you don't lose the hard-earned money that you work for.
Okay, excellent. So definitely. So tell us your specialty. I just hearing your story and being able to meet with you and things to that nature, it was to the point where you had a leg up, right? Did you know before you joined, like, Money Talk?
Can you repeat the question?
Money Talk. So did you have a leg up on Money Talk? In other words, like, before you actually got with the current company that you represent, the current company that kind of poured knowledge on you, did you have a leg up on just understanding financial literacy, understanding that?
Hold on 1 second. So actually, when I was growing up as a little kid, I always had, money in my pocket, right? Where my dad always gave me some allowance and, I would do some chores here, get paid and everything like that. But then I realized I got to college, it wasn't like that, right? Money didn't really work like that. It didn't really grow on trees. And people that I've met with, right, always had different philosophies on how on their money, right? How to grow it and actually how to use it, what they actually called it as a tool, right? I didn't learn money was a tool until I started getting older and becoming more of a professional.
So what age do you think that you learned, like, Money Talk, right? Because I don't know about you, I can just talk about me, right? So by talking about me, although I am a corporate accountant, although that, I know how to take care of other people's money. So when people come to me as a consulting in the notary business, I'm great at that. It's not my money, right? So I know everything what corporate has taught me, what school has taught me, and what I have taught myself. But when talking about your own money, right, is a little bit different. Where did it start, right? We know, well, college don't teach us, high school don't teach us how to write a check, how to look at a bank statements, right? How to reconciliation. Everyone should do that to make sure. Like, I know that there was a new app out there called True Bill, where it reconciles of all the subscription. I know the average person has like at least 4 to 5 subscriptions. And sometimes when the subscription hit our bank account, we're like, one day I'm going to cancel that. One day I'm going to. But we don't really think about, if we don't use that subscription, we times that by 12, that's a lot of money that we could have took and applied it to something else to give us what? Compound interest, right? So what is that? Like, when did you start your journey of not just, I have extra dollars, but let me invest these extra dollars. Let me change my mindset. Let me look at my bank statement, right, to make sure that these charges are accurate. As a person to understand that is a full question.
So I would say for my journey, where I actually started learning how money worked, was 2 years into my aerospace career. I, was listening to people, my coworkers here and there say, hey, here's what you do. You should put your money here and there, right? So I said, okay, let me go ahead and buy a company. First company I ever bought was Microsoft. It was probably back when it was $60, $70, $80 a share. No, it's $60 a share, because I remember this. And I'll say, okay, great. I put my money there. I said, okay, great. Now it was starting to rise. I was like, okay, this is great. This is going up. And then it started to fall. I'm like, oh, I need to sell. I need to sell. I need to get out. That's when I knew nothing about money. I thought I knew, right, stuff. I didn't know. And so I went through my next, I don't know, I would say about 2-3 years, not learning anything. Well, not adding to that knowledge of how money works. And so it wasn't until I actually came across my finance company that I started to learn everything, the ins and outs, ups, downs, stocks, bonds, banks, real estate, how it actually works, literally how money works, the whole phrase, right? And from there, I actually had the knowledge and the know-how and the courage and the emotional discipline to let my money grow and work for me so that I don't actually touch it and that it's going to grow for me long term. Right? Recently, I heard basically saying, you know, the best term to hold money, right, in any investment is 5 years. If you're looking at anything shorter than that, it shouldn't really be invested, right? So it took me, I would say, 2 years of actually making financial mistakes to get it together.
Now
Right?
you bring the truth.
Because everything I did was self-taught, right? YouTube University teaches you a lot of stuff, right? But they don't teach you what to do when your money drops. And that's where most people in America are stuck. It's like, okay, I'm afraid to put my money in here because when it drops, I don't know what to do. If I sell, I don't know when to buy back in. I don't know when to not buy back in. I don't know how much to buy. I don't know how much of my actual savings I need to put it somewhere. That's where we come in. We teach you the actual mechanics of money management, of financial literacy, right? How to actually do it until you're successful, right? Because it's a long journey. You've got a long life ahead of you. And, when you're saving for the long run. Yes, you've got certain goals here. Yes, you've got certain things you need to pay for. But at the end of the day, right, you've got to be bucket, short, midterm, and long-term goals. And we teach you how to plan for all of them.
Okay, excellent. So thank you so much for that information. And I think that one of the takeaways that I want to really address is notary gems, right? The fact that you said financial mistakes, that's the whole reason why we're calling it the Sustainable Notary Conference, because there are so many mistakes that we do in our business. Are we in the right business entity? Are we taking the right tax strategies? Are exempting ourselves? Are we paying ourselves enough money? Are we thinking about a retirement plan, right? Being an entrepreneur, right? Are we making sure we make accounting decisions? Can we really write this off, Miss Renee? So I made a lot of failures in being an entrepreneur in business 1 and business 2, right? And I'm going to continue to make some mistakes, but I want to make sure that you don't make the mistakes that I have done, right? Being a professional, being an accountant, being a tax provider, right? There's so many mistakes that are entered into the business. And that's the whole point. No matter if you're a 1099 worker, you're trying to bring extra income, I found something that I'm so passionate about, which is leveraging the concept of notary for you to grow into wherever you want. That can be a Uber driver, 1099. The information that we're talking about here is not information that you see. And you got to pay a lot of money to get the information, right? And it's a fraction of the cost that we're pretty much putting this on, because I know I've never seen it before. And I've been to a lot of companies, right? Fortune 500 companies, to the point of a lot of conferences that I fly. But people don't talk money talk. People don't talk about generational wealth. We always talk about the fancy word, generational wealth. But what does that really look like? How do you break that down, right? And what are actionable steps that I can take so when it comes to conference number 2, I have done all my homework to now level up? Because sometimes a lot can be overwhelming, right? So what is one takeaway you will give everyone, right, that they can kind of hold on to their seats between now and the conference, right, to make sure they do, that will just kind of get them prepared, right?
So I would say the number one thing to start, the number one way to actually start your generational wealth journey is to really, it starts with you, right? You have to take an assessment of where you're at today, right? That means, what does your financial situation look like? This is your box, right? This is your financial situation. What does that look like for you? Once we figure out the base where we're starting from, now we can build on top of that, right? Now we can start adding to your bag of tricks, right? To adding to your toolbox. And from there we can, okay, let's powerhouse your way to success, right? So in this notary conference, I'm going to teach you personally how to start from point A, where you're at, point B, which is your goals, and we're going to figure out which tools, which levers we need to pull and play with, right, to make sure that you reach those goals in retirement.
Oh, that sounds great. And I want to challenge you to give them one thing that they can walk away from seeing this meet to greet. So let's make it a little bit like goal setting, not broad, but very specific. I think that will change the dynamic of any listener that's watching it, right? That said, man, that was really great. And that's what I need to step into a new life starting today with their financial makeup of being an entrepreneur. Because it's so easy. I want to retire my job. It's so easy. Just the fact of the matter that someone making 6 figures, but is that me? Am I going to make 6 figures? But you don't know their background. You don't even know what they're going to do. I hear it all the time. I make 6 figures. Okay. What is your net? Do you even know what a net means? Right? Okay. And have you subtracted all your expenses? Okay. So what is your bottom line? How much do you need to survive? Right? How many people know their bottom line? Right? That is something crucial. And it depends on what market you live in, right? California is going to be totally different than Missouri, right? Their bottom line, right? And then once you have that number, how much extra do you need to live a decent life, right? And then how much extra do you need to save, to put away for investment portfolio, if that's what you want, to create that compound interest? So what are some of the things that you would say, one gem we will take away that you will teach, they will look forward to, that they can start now to prepare for tip number 2 at the conference?
So yeah, right. Obviously, as entrepreneurs, right, you do make a lot of money, right? But some people just don't know how to put it in the right place, right? So what I'm going to teach you during the conference, right, is how to save that money tax free. Business owners, they love the freedom of having a business, right? But they hate having to pay taxes. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to save tax free, right? How to create an additional stream of income in retirement, or currently where you're at, and also how to live stress-free life, knowing that your finances are in order.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, I thought that this was a really great meet the speaker in regards to just financial literacy, what they have to offer, what you are going to speak about on our panel of Money Talk, right? We have a couple other experts that will be talking about that at the conference, and I'm super excited to meet you also again, and then go from there. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Wilson. And until next time, take care. And thank you for all your listeners. For anyone watching, if you want a discount on the conference, Black 15 is when you're going to get 15% off on the conference. Until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.